Hello, welcome back to Going Walkabout. For those that are new here, Going Walkabout is an iOS travel diary. And on this channel, I have documented every in and out of how I created the app. Now, some of you might have noticed that I've been away for a while, and there's been a reason. I kind of got stuck in a corporate job that I didn't like. It took away all my creativity, and I just didn't feel the energy to work on Going Walkabout. But at the end of last year, I quit that job and I felt suddenly a lot better. I spent some time in the Arctic winter, and now, and actually there I already started working on Going Walkabout. I'm going ahead full speed and I will resume creating videos about it. Because there's many ideas, there's many things that I want to do, and yes, there's still more to document on this channel. So let's go and have a recap first on what I've been doing in the last part that hasn't been published in the App Store yet, but is crucial for moving forward for what I did. Here we see our application and the usual list with trips. Now, the last thing I was doing was creating a login with Apple, plus what is crucial for moving forward, call it public access, meaning that you don't need to sign up and you can still have a look at everything. So right now I'm a logged in user. As you can see, I have a profile with the demo user here showing some trips of that particular user. But now let's go and sign out. So I sign out, and my trip list is empty, of course, because I am nobody. But this is already the first difference, because in the past you would be redirected to the login registration screen, and now you're actually immediately in the trip list. And of course I can go and sign in from here, and then you notice there's a sign in with Apple button, and you can also continue that way. But I can also dismiss this, and I can even go to the Explore window, and in the Explore window I can go and already preview some trips. So let's go into this day trip of Delft that I made for a video a while back on my demo account. You see the map and you can see everything that I have documented on that particular trip. And this allows you to get a little bit of a taste of the application, what it can do for you, and it reduces the entry barrier for people to start using it. And the first thing that I want to go into was my authentication rules changed. For those that are unaware, but Going Walkabout is using Firebase on the backend. And Firebase on the backend has so-called security rules, but the security rules I created in the beginning of the application, and if you were an authenticated user, you had access. If not, nothing. And in this situation, I have non-authenticated users that still need to have part of that. So I needed to work on those authentication rules, to rewrite them, to change them, and of course test them. But that is a subject for another video that will come up soon. So that was the first thing that it changed. And second thing was that I need to do something about the usability of the application, because I have learned that people mistake creating a trip from creating a post and kind of get stuck. So what I need to do is, like many applications, put on the bottom of your screen a very central button to create a new post, and that's about it. So that's one thing I want to do, that you can actually immediately, once you start the application, create a post, and then of course you still need to select a trip or create a new trip if that is necessary because you don't have any trips, because I really believe that it should be trip focused. I want to stay that. I'm not going to create some random timeline. It's focused on trips, but I need to make it easier for you to do. So I need to change the way I create posts within a trip that I did before. And that's going to be quite a challenge, I would say. It's quite a bit of work, but it's one of the things I want to do. Now, also, something I really want already for a while, and I've talked about it on this channel as well, I would like to create a Mac app, because I did already an experiment, take a bunch of photos, and then I can actually create a trip automatically of that. I look at the geolocations, I categorize them, I group them, and I can already do a preliminary outline of a trip. And that is of course a lot easier to do on your desktop with a Mac app. And I would like to create a Mac app, but currently I have a couple of third-party libraries that block me from doing that. So I need to phase them out. And that fits with the plan I have to rewrite, and also something I've been working on for quite a while, the application from UIKit to Swift UI. Now, it's not that I'm going to replace everything immediately, because I do believe both can live together. But for new things, and for things, in this case, I want to phase out a third-party library that is related to creating forms that I liked in the past, but now is kind of a bit limitation for my Mac app. I'm going to rewrite those parts into Swift UI and slowly move the whole application if I see benefits of doing that. So that's an important part I want to do. Change the user interface and then also move on to a Mac app. And as a last part that is really important for me as well is that, let's put it this way. The best trips are with your mates or with your significant other, whatever. Usually they're not alone. So if you want to share memories about a trip, you do that together. So you should also create your memories together. And therefore I want to have trip collaborators. I create a trip, I can invite one or more people to follow the trip. That's already existing functionality, what also causes some troubles with my Firebase security rules, but more on that later. But now I also want to have an option that I can invite those people and make them collaborator on my system. And that means that they can also create posts inside my trip. In order to do that, again, I need to work on security rules, because suddenly a non-trip owner, a collaborator, should be able to create posts. And second, I also need to identify in the user interface who created the post, because you want to be able to see that. Right now, I don't have that. So that's again a user interface change that I need to facilitate first before I can actually create the collaborators. This is it for the recap of Going Walkabout. I'm back, I'm excited, I'm happy to go and make videos for you again. And I hope to see you in the next video. I'll thank you for watching.